Hey everyone, have you ever wondered how you can automate your own Instagram page using AI? Well, in today's video, I'm going to show you exactly how I did it with my experimental Instagram page, AI Wave. Not only can this save you tons of time, but it'll also help you generate engaging and interesting content consistently. So let's dive in. Welcome to the channel. I'm Tara, and this video is part of an ongoing series exploring the incredible capabilities of AI and automation. Just a year ago, I started diving into the world of AI with no technical background, and I've been absolutely fascinated by what's possible for people like myself who don't have a technical background. Today, I'll take you through the process I used to set up an AI automated Instagram page, and this is going to start off free, but we'll cover the tools I used and the cost involved with that, and I'll give you a step-by-step guide to recreate this entire Instagram page yourself. This includes the secrets I've picked up to get the most out of AI image generators and prompting. By the end of the video, you'll have all the knowledge and resources you need to automate your own Instagram page. So first, let's look at the platforms I use and their associated costs. OpenAI. This is where the magic happens with content creation, including generating engaging captions and stunning images with DALL-E 3. OpenAI offers $5 in free API credits for new users, which is a great way to get started. After that, the cost is based on usage per API call, which is fractions of a cent. So I'll get into that in a moment. So what are the costs involved and how are they calculated? Well, here on the pricing page, we can find out. It says that you can think of tokens as pieces of words, where 1,000 tokens is about 750 words, and that paragraph is 35 words. So that gives us a good reference point. GPT-4 Omni is the model that I'm going to be using in this demonstration. However, I have been using GPT-4 Turbo because Omni was only just released a few weeks ago. So there should be improvements. However, let's look at the prices. So to pass 1,000 tokens to the model is half a cent. To receive 1,000 tokens is 1.5 cents, compared to double the price here on GPT-4 Turbo. And then GPT-4 is even more expensive than that. However, if you are looking for a much cheaper model, GPT 3.5 Turbo is a fraction of the price. Now, what about images? So to retrieve an image, we're looking between 4 cents and 12 cents, depending on the quality and resolution. The OpenAI API key is an incredibly powerful tool that is surprisingly easy to use, even for non-technical people like myself. It acts as a secret password, allowing you to access OpenAI's services securely. This key is kept private to ensure your account and the service are protected. And for that reason, once you create your key, you can't retrieve it again. So you need to copy it and keep it in a safe place. If you can't retrieve it again, that is okay. You can always create another key and use that. So how can you get your own OpenAI API key? Well, we're here on the homepage and we just go up to products. We can see there that one of the products is ChatGPT, and their other lesser known but much more powerful product is their API. So we go to login, and here's where you'll create your own account. So to create an account, all you're going to need is to provide your name, your date of birth, an email address, and a phone number. And once you've done that and verified them, you'll get $5 credit, which is more than enough for what we're going to be doing. So once you've created your account and verified your contact details, you're going to find yourself here. And this is exactly where we need to be, but I'm going to cancel out of that and just show you this is the dashboard for OpenAI API product. We just want to go to the left-hand side and click API keys, and then go to create new keys. That's the screen we found ourselves in. And we're going to place a name in here, and that's going to be the reference for the project, which in this case is Instagram AI Automation. And that is it. Create the secret key and place it in a Word document. Now that we have our powerful API key, you might be wondering, what do we do with it? This is where Zapier comes in. Zapier is an amazing tool that connects different apps and automates workflows without needing any coding skills. It'll help us use our OpenAI API key to automate our Instagram posts seamlessly. So we're going to look at the pricing for Zapier. We're also going to look at another automation tool, which is Make, and it's cheaper. And then we're going to have a look at how to actually build this out in Zapier. The reason I'm going to use Zapier is because that is what I originally used for my Instagram page. So here's the homepage for Zapier, and you can see you can either log in or sign up. Let's try start free with email. So once you're signed in, this is where you'll find yourself. It's the dashboard, and I'll just quickly go through what a Zap is, what's going on here. So here's some templates. If I click into this, okay, so it says email to, I think it was the Google Sheet. Yeah. Okay. So basically, this automation would mean that when you get a new email, it's automatically going to update a row in your Google Sheet. So that's the automation part. You can see this is 2 steps. So this is the workflow that I use to power my AI Wave Instagram page. And I'll give this template to you for free. The information to access that will be in the link below. And as you can see, this one is 6 steps. If you did just sign up, you'll have access to 14 days to try out Zapier's paid features. And over here, we see what that means. So the free plan is going to give you unlimited zaps and 2-step zaps. So that's like the template that I showed you at the start. It had the 2 steps. The template that I showed you that we're going to build out is 6 steps. And so you have access to build this whole automation for free, no credit card needed, no commitments. And after 2 weeks, you can decide if you want to keep it going. There's an alternative to Zapier called Make.com, which is half the price and just as powerful for most automation needs. While I'm demonstrating Zapier now because it powers my Instagram page, I use Make for many automations, and I plan to showcase it in upcoming videos. So let's get started. We just go over to create a Zap. And while that's working, I'll just say that if you do get the free template, you just copy the link and the URL, and here it is. Try this Zap, and you'll get the entire template there. But I'm going to show you how I actually created it so that you actually know. And we start off with this trigger. So we can use this as a template or just a guide for us. So we start with schedule by Zapier. And that means basically we choose when we want to post. So we'll go every day and the time of day. So it's really up to you if you want every day or every month or once a week or a custom selection. So let's do a 7 a.m. and trigger on weekends. So then we need to test the trigger, which is an important step for each one. Test the trigger. So each module, we need to test it. The first one, we come up with something like this. And it just informs us that it's pulled this record. So it's worked. And here are all the variables that have been pulled. So we have access to these variables now. Continue with selected record. And we're now on to the next app, and that's Chat GPT. And select that. Now here, you can see you've got quite a lot of options. The one that we're looking for is conversation. Easy. So then we go continue, connect Chat GPT. So here's where the API key is important. Just paste your API key here and press continue, and that will. So you just connected the power of artificial intelligence to Zapier. It's pretty cool. So how do you know if it's been connected? Well, we check over here, and if your email is displayed, then it's connected. We just press continue, and now is where we get to the interesting part. This is where we place the prompting in. I've actually included the 3 prompts you need for this automation in the description below. Just check out the link and you'll have everything you need to get started. So here are the 3 prompts you'll be provided with, and they go into each of the 3 AI modules in the workflow. The first one is a random variable generator. The second one's an image generator. And the third one is an Instagram description generator. So I've put a lot of work into these specific prompts to ensure that they keep the images varied and consistent and a good quality. The first prompt is to create some variables that ensures that our output is going to be varied yet also specified. So we start off with the context. You're a random variable selector. That's this module's job. Then we go into defining the variables. So we've got the variables in bold and then the different options for those variables that can be selected. And this actually took me a lot of time to refine and get the types of output consistently that I wanted. As you can see here, water texture only has one type because I want every single image to be smooth and clear. We've got beach type, and then we've got distance of ocean water in between the shoreline and the wave. This is a part of DALL's spatial reasoning. It doesn't have spatial reasoning, so it doesn't follow this prompt all that well. Every now and then, however, it does seem to comprehend that there should be some distance between the sand and the wave. But if you have a look through my Instagram page, you'll see that now. You'll see some of the waves are just shore dumpers, but then sometimes there's a nice landscape or drone shot, which is another part of spatial reasoning. So sometimes when drone shot or a bird's eye view is selected, it doesn't quite comprehend that that's what we're looking for. And then light conditions. After that, we've got a couple of examples of the formatting that we're looking for. So you can have a look at that in greater detail, but essentially we just want to copy that and paste this here and select the model. So we're going to go with GPT-4 Omni, which you'll find down the bottom here, GPT-4 Omni. And if I scroll back up here, I'll just show you. If you're having troubles, this starts off here on custom. You need to go over to model and then scroll down in that. It's tricky to get to, but you just got to scroll down this thing and it's down the bottom. Then we go down to memory key, type a random, a couple random numbers in there. That makes sure that the model keeps track of the random variables that have been outputted previously. Leave image because we don't have one yet, and leave everything else. Now we press continue, and then we go to test, so retest. Your screen should be blank. I actually just tested it a moment ago. So here we are with our test. If we scroll down, so here is the input. That's the request that we've made to OpenAI, and here is the response. And it's exactly what we're looking for. So it's in the exact same format we're looking for as well. So now we have our variables and we're on to the next step. If we have a look at our template, we can see that the next step is to create the image with DALL-E 3. So we just press this add icon and type in DALL-E. Should just come up with that, OpenAI GPT-4 DALL-E. So we're going to choose an event. The event is generate an image with DALL-E 3. And then we press continue, choose your account. So that's going to be the same as last time. And then we're going to get the prompt. So the second prompt is the image generator, and it takes the random variables and creates a high quality photo-like image of a wave. And why did I go into so much detail? Well, I'm going to let you in on a few secrets in a moment about how DALL-E 3 works. But essentially, again, we're going to copy this and paste it into our Zapier flow. And just note here, we've got this insert random variables. If I come back over to our workflow and paste that in here, what we want to do is highlight this. And then we're going to go back down here. Did that highlight? No, it's gone. We need to highlight it. It's so frustrating. Okay, one more time. Highlight that and scroll down. And we're going to open up our last variables that were created in the conversation chat GPT. So we go down to reply. So we're looking for reply. And that is going to extract those variables we've just created and insert them into this prompt here. Now we just exit out of that, scroll down, Now, again, I'm going to show you what this actually means later on. I did touch base on the pricing about what standard versus HD means. It's more expensive, but we're going to select HD. Of course, we'll leave it like that, and then style we're going to keep as vivid, and continue. Next, we are ready to test. So let's test this step. Now what will happen is it's generating the image and it's going to give us a URL, and we're going to put the URL into the browser and check it out. So obviously it takes a moment, and well, it's pretty quick compared to if I was to try to create this image. So we select this, copy, and then paste this here. And let's see what we get. And there's the image. And you can see what I mean about the spatial reasoning of having water between the shoreline and the wave. It's like, at least it's got some there. But again, you can play with the variables and even like the types of images that you really want to automate. I'm going to let you in on a few of the secrets I've picked up through just experimenting and using DALL-E 3 and AI automations for the past year. So if we look here, I've done an example of the same prompt input through this entire workflow with natural image and compared to vivid image. Now, it doesn't look too different from here, but if we look closer, we can see that the natural image does have more natural qualities like the wobbliness in the wave lip and just the kind of imperfections in general. It, however, doesn't look natural. If we look over here at the vivid image, we see it's obviously not a real photograph, but it looks aesthetically more pleasing. And it still has a lot of detail. So I've done that with a couple of different prompts. So again, you can see this image, it's the natural image, and it looks great. It's a quite photo-like. However, there's just some awkwardness in the natural, like in just the way that it's formed. You can see the wave. That's if you know much about waves, you'd look at that and go, that's a bit wonky. Whereas here, obviously, I can tell that that's not real, but the spray is like very detailed, and in here, that detail in the foam is amazing. So yeah, it's up to you if you would like to choose natural compared to vivid, but yeah, I think the vivid has a nice pop to it. So here's another hot tip if you're using DALL-E 3. So I've asked for a simple image of a cat, and here is a very detailed, aesthetically pleasing image of a cat. Why is it so good compared to the prompt that's very average? Well, if I ask ChatGPT Omni for the revised prompt, I can see that the prompt that was actually given is this. It's a lot more detailed. So this demonstrates how DALL-E 3 transforms the original prompt into a revised prompt to enhance the specificity and quality of the generated images. So this works really well with short prompts like the one we just saw, but what about with such detailed prompts like our own? Well, let's have a look. So here's a comparison with the same prompt variables. The top row uses our image prompt filtered through the revised prompt, while the bottom row retains the wording from our original prompt. What do you think? Which one's better? I personally think that the original prompt is better. Hey guys, so I've just been playing around with the prompt and just optimizing it and testing it out. I've generated a number of different images. I want to generate one more, and I want to show you the retesting process and also show you the changes I've made. So to draw out a new set of variables, we'll go back to this first AI module. We just continue through that, and then we're going to retest the step. You see this turning, and we'll get a new set of variables. So we're going to continue with those new variables, and then so this is the image generator, and I will show you where I've updated the prompt. So I've added to my prompt this. Keep the prompt as it has been written with all the detail. Do not revise the prompt. Please only rewrite this prompt. I've been very assertive about not changing the prompt. And then I've also added this part: there must not be any camera or camera settings referenced in the image. Additionally, I've tested out different sizes. So we go continue and retest this step. Retest it. Copy. Paste. There you go. Cool. Nice. That's awesome. Okay, great. So we're on to our next step, which is the Instagram description. So it's a conversation again. Continue. We don't change that. So we go back to our prompt guidelines. So here again, we've got context. We're going to insert the revised prompt because it still does output a revised prompt per se. And then we are asking it to create 3 sentences. So the first one is just a description of the image and asking it to be lighthearted and humorous. The second sentence, we're asking for some information about what this post is about. And then the third sentence is about how to contact AI Wave. The formatting, so we've got some formatting requests, and I've just added this one for this entire workflow, asking it to specifically place spaces in between each sentence. So this might hopefully eliminate the need for our next, the other step, that the formatting step that has been used previously in my workflows. You may not need it. So I'll copy that, place this into the user message and paste. And we don't want to forget to put the revised prompt here. And we're going to use GPT-4. Well, I'm definitely going to use GPT-4 because, for Omni, because I think that the requests being made are quite tricky and nuanced. So I think the performance is definitely going to outweigh the costs by using GPT-4 Omni. We don't need a memory key. And, you can actually play around with this using the image URL here. I'm not going to put it in there because I don't think we need it. Assistant, we can leave all of that and press continue, and let's test this step. And hopefully we're going to get some lines in between each sentence. Yep, awesome. Okay, evening wave under moonlight when the ocean goes on its late night stroll. This is a part of our daily automated post experiment. Find out more at our website, link in bio. Perfect. That's for Omni. Just the models are getting better. That's awesome. Okay, so then I'm going to skip this next step that is in that's in the template. I'll actually delete it. And now we just got Instagram for business. And we just type in Instagram here. Select for business. We are going to obviously choose publish photo, and there's only 2 options there. Press continue. You're going to select your account. To connect your Instagram account to an AI automated flow in Zapier, you need an Instagram account, link to a Facebook page, and you must be an admin for that page. And once these requirements are met, you can integrate Instagram into your workflow. I unfortunately have stuffed up my credentials in Meta and I need to get it fixed up. So from this point on in the video, I'll be working through my already published workflow. So at this point, you're going to select your account and go through a similar process as you did with the OpenAI integration, except you won't need an API key. And so just follow the bouncing balls with that. Then you come over to action, you'll select the actual account that you're looking for. And then we go to, so we're going to enter the photo. So the photo is the URL that was created in our image generator. And if we remember, that's this URL here. After we've entered that, we are going to select, so this is the caption. And in this one, we are going to simply, so this is what I have in my workflow, but you will be just needing to insert this reply from the Instagram description prompt. So that's this one here. And I'll just delete that, but that's what you'll be doing. And obviously, I've added some hashtags here that I think will be consistent throughout all of my posts. So anything that's in this caption section is going to be always there. And the variables, which are these things here, obviously will be there, but will vary from post to post. And after that, we do not need to do anything. We just continue. And then you can test the step. And so once you've tested the step, it will actually post on your page. So if I check my one, it won't have posted because my credentials aren't working properly through Zapier, but my automations are still working. So this is my most recent one from 6 p.m. So congratulations if you've managed to create that entire workflow. I think that's pretty cool. If you have any questions, if you're going through this process, just comment below and I'll answer them. And just lastly, if you do want to connect and publish your Zap, you just come over here and click this button and it's published, like my one here now. While this workflow shows the power of AI and automations, there's limitations in that sometimes there are posts that are not quite right, and it would be beneficial to filter the posts through an approval system with some human decision making. I've actually made a workflow that includes an approval system and also using the Make platform, which is cheaper than Zapier. So in my next video, I'll be demonstrating how this is built out. So if you're keen on that, subscribe to the channel if you're interested.